"You're just a toy soldier," the teen sneered, sticking out his tongue an inch from the tomb guard's face. He leaned in, grinning wildly, clearly performing for the smartphone cameras filming him from all directions. A crowd of tourists gasped. Some whispered, others just stared, mouths open, unable to believe what they were seeing. The tomb guard didn't move. His sunglasses hid his eyes, but his jaw was clenched, locked in perfect discipline. He stood motionless, rifle in position, uniform flawless, a silent monument of respect in a world that didn't seem to understand the weight of where he stood. But the boy, maybe 15, entitled, golden-haired and draped in designer clothes, clearly didn't care. He laughed again, louder now. "What's the matter, statue man? Cat got your tongue?" He mimed, saluting with 2 fingers, and mock-fainted backward like a cartoon. The crowd's discomfort turned to murmurs of anger. But the boy's mother stood off to the side, filming proudly. "He's just having fun," she shouted, defensive. "Don't be so sensitive." Her voice echoed with privilege, with the belief that rules were for others, that sacred spaces were fair game for likes and laughs. Then the boy crossed the line, literally. He stepped past the chain barrier, right onto the sacred black mat. He turned to the crowd, arms out, grinning. "What happens now, huh? What's he gonna do?" The crowd froze, every head turned. The air thickened, and then the guard moved. He turned sharply, boots clicking like thunder on stone. In one sudden, powerful motion, he lowered his rifle to port arms and took 3 booming steps forward. "Step back from the mat." The voice was a sledgehammer, cold, commanding, final. The teen stumbled backward, tripping over his own feet and crashing to the ground. His mother screamed, rushing forward, but no one helped her, no one moved, because something had shifted. The guard resumed his post, unmoved by the chaos, eyes fixed forward. The boy sat on the ground, red-faced and stunned, not because he was hurt, but because for the first time in his life, someone had drawn a line, and he wasn't allowed to cross it. The silence that followed was heavier than words. Even the birds seemed to quiet. A few people applauded. A veteran in a wheelchair saluted. A little girl whispered to her dad, "Why is he standing so still?" And her father, eyes welling, said, "Because he's guarding heroes." Suddenly, it wasn't just about a kid acting out. It was about all the people buried beneath the tomb. Those who had no names left, no family, no identity, but the sacrifice they made. And this guard, silent, still, unwavering, was their final honor. And someone had tried to mock that. Security moved in quietly. They didn't drag the boy or yell. But they did escort him and his mother off the plaza. As they passed the crowd, no one looked at them. Not with pity, not with sympathy, just disappointment, because the moment had shown everyone something deeper, a generation raised on followers instead of values. And one soldier, silent and alone, had reminded them of the price of peace. But that's not where the story ended. An hour later, the teen came back, not with his phone, not with his smug grin, alone. No cameras. He walked up to the rope, stood still and waited. For a full minute. Then quietly, he raised his hand and saluted. It wasn't perfect. It was shaky, awkward, like he didn't know what to do. But it was sincere. The guard didn't move. He wouldn't break protocol. But behind his sunglasses, something changed. The next day, someone left a folded letter on the ground outside the rope. It read, "I didn't know what this place meant. I do now. I'm sorry. To the soldier I mocked, and to the ones who never came home. Thank you." It wasn't signed, but everyone knew who wrote it. The story exploded online, not because the guard shouted, not because he snapped, but because he didn't. His silence was louder than the teen's disrespect, his discipline more powerful than 1,000 views. And his presence taught an entire crowd, maybe an entire generation, that respect isn't just about rules, it's about remembering. And sometimes it takes one soldier standing still to shake the whole world awake. Before we end this story, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear. If this story touched you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know how you feel in the comment.